Welcome back to Making It with Minglet. I've been busy. I have received some happy mail from my friend Darcy, and she shared her stencil, the Peacocks Swirls. And since I'm as clumsy as I am and I don't have a lot of space to really spread out, I have gone ahead and I played with it. Now I do have one print that I'm waiting for to dry, and hopefully I'll be able to pull it and you can see it. But you'll find her stencils available at PMartistStudio, and this is going to be the 8x10. And when you receive those from PM Artist, you know it's going to be a 74-pound UPO. And Darcy has other designs as well, but let me show you the prints. They turned out beautiful. I used some sheets I had used to lift off with on these first ones, and you see what's behind. It's just beautiful. And if you don't know already, my favorite color is orange. So this one has like a maroon and an orange. The one behind it is something asters. I did not get that cover sheet out, but I'll go through these quickly for you. And we're going to take and use them today. This one was a brayer off sheet. You see the roll off right there. And I've kind of learned to start separating. Once they get to a point where I really like them, I have a basket I put them in when they're ready to be used. If I think I want to add more to them or I'm not quite satisfied, I will put them in a different stack. Now this one is kind of plain, but if I'm using it for collage, it may not matter. That was just a lift-off sheet. And then we're getting into more of a peacock feather color. As Darcy said, words are hard. I never knew how hard they could be. That's what happens when they play in your brain, folks. Sometimes that happens. This one I think turned out really neat. I used some ink and some acrylic paint. Most of them are acrylic. This is where I lifted the ink originally. And I think on this one I used the sepia. No, I didn't. I used the indigo. This was a combination of teal and a green and yellow. Kind of a mustardy yellow. Alright, and that gets us to the bottom. I did do this one right here. I did do this envelope that came. Darcy and Carrie Griffith have been working on envelope journals, and Darcy did one and it turned out really nice. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll do one too, because I haven't done an envelope journal. I use envelopes in my journals, but this will be an envelope cover, and I will go in and add some envelopes. So we'll be working with this again another day. But today I want to do something fun. And I'm just going to take some of these prints that I made, and I am going to collage in my magazine that I showed you the other day. This is the cover, and if you haven't seen it, I'll do a quick flip through. These are papers that I received from friends in Happy Mail. These are from Nancy Gray. These are from Eddie Makes Art. And these are some more from Eddie Makes Art, along with some from the actual magazine that I'm using. This is the Peacocks Swirls. Did I say it right? Yes, Peacocks Swirls. And then this one is the other stencil she sent me. And that is going to be Springing Up Borders. And here's the print I made with that. Yeah, it turned out kind of nice. I like the colors. You got like a tulip border down here. You've got numbers that go 1 through 9, and then we have the 0, an ampersand, an at, and a pound sign. And then it has this other border here that's kind of abstract, more abstract. But this all comes in this one really neat multiple use type of stencil, and this is called Springing Up Borders. And this is by Darcy. So if you know, I will link Darcy. I will link PMartistStudio so that you can find these. And we'll move on. Now this page is not finished. Let me see. Let me look through these real quick and see if there's any that I would put on this page. That might work. Orange, 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 orange. And this one might, no, I don't think so. I think that would be the only one. Let's see if I like it there. Because I've got this, I need to kind of cover up, so, maybe. Let's see what part we want to use. Let's go with, let's come right here. We're going to tear this. These were printed on deli paper. I've got other types of paper, but they fit my plate. They're simple, they're easy. You know, they come in a box, so it kind of makes it work out for me pretty good. To get that a little closer, can you see the texture in there? And that's just, that was processed 2 times. The initial lift, and then I went back with the second one days later. So let me see. Let's see how we want to do that. Do I want to drag it onto the other page? I do not. I don't think I do. Do I want the textured part hanging off? Maybe. So let's tear this right here. Now that's a little tiny piece. I doubt I'll use it, but I have a scrap bin for little small scraps, so we will be doing what we can with it. It may come in handy, you never know. All right. Let's see what we got here. Might help if you can see what I'm doing, huh? What I'm using to put this down with is just Elmer's glue diluted. You can do Mod Podge, gel medium. But what I do to kind of keep the cost down is at the beginning of the school year they'll sell Elmer's glue all day long for 99 cents, and I will buy it. And then as I will use it, I will put it in a jar, I dilute it, and when I empty that jar, I get another one out. So it works out pretty good. So that looks a little nicer to me. I didn't particularly like, it had writing across it, and I didn't particularly like the way it turned out since I've got this page heavily done. And I'm kind of seeing this with maybe something that would be lacy or something like that. I'm not real sure, but let me get a piece of plastic to put between this because I'm getting ready to make a mess if I don't. And I'm sorry I turned around from the microphone. Okay, please don't fall off. I should have planned ahead on that. Alright. I'm going to stick that there to make sure I don't get too moist underneath. Alright. Now, I've got a paperweight that my friend brought me. My friend Carol. she's been doing some cleaning at her house, and she keeps bringing fun things over. So I'm going to put that there. That'll keep this page from rubbing it. It should, while I work on the next page. We're going to put that kind of in the middle. Alright, so here's another page in the magazine. It's just a black and white. And I'm thinking that maybe we could bring some color to the page by letting the black and white come through, but not exactly covering it up. So let's see what we can do with this. Come on, Elmer. Do your thing. I do use nice glues for some things, but you know, for collaging in a magazine, I mean, this is just for fun. It's never going to leave my house. I'm never going to give it to anybody else. So, you know, keeping the price down on my entertainment is really good. And the deli paper does stick. It sticks well. It sticks well to most surfaces. And I don't seem to have any trouble getting it to tear either. So that's another thing that I like. Alright, now let's use a different color. Let's see. How about we go with the ink? Now, this may actually, I may end up with some of it transferring off because I used this stuff right here. This indigo acrylic ink. It is not set, nor will it be unless I put something on it to set it. So as it stands right now, if I get it too wet, it probably will run or transfer off. So we're going to try to keep that from happening. I don't know why I enjoy collage. When I was a kid or in school, it wasn't my favorite thing to do, but it is. I love making journals, but I also, they take a little more effort than some things, but some days, like the end of the week on a Friday, it's kind of like my rest day, my fun day, to kind of rest up before the weekend gets here. You know, kind of save my energy so that I can do outdoor things and, you know, go to the racetrack with my husband, mess around in the yard, you know, whatever we need to do. But if I go too hard today, you know, I won't have the energy to do that tomorrow. So it works out to play it safe on Fridays. Alright, let's try this one with the green and the yellow. Now, I don't want to use all strips. I don't think. Or maybe I will on this page. Maybe I'll do this page all in strips and then do another pattern on the other side. That's not what I normally do. I normally will break it down into smaller sections, but let's be neat today. Let's see what we can do. All right. You always can tell if it's drying too fast or if you don't have enough adhesive under it, because it will not lay down well. And these pages are generally getting a little bit on the crunchy side once I add the adhesive to them, the glue. And if you're not in the United States, it's just a regular white glue. Alright. Now let's let that dry up a little bit. And let's decide what we want to do on this other side. Let's start with this piece right here. And I'm going to tear it with the tear ruler. But we're going to make it, we're going to try to do a different shape. And I'm going to use this one. If you look, you know, there's a little place where it, you know, had kind of maybe a little bubble in it or something. I'm just going to tear it right there where that bubble is. And it does have just a little bit of resistance, especially using the smaller side of my tear ruler. But that's okay. And you notice that I'm putting this across the seam because when you wet magazines, sometimes they get a little bit weak in those places. So we're going to try to avoid, you know, losing a page or having it pop out because it's gotten too wet or buckled. All right. I think I'll put this one kind of up here at the top. And I am going to let that jagged edge hang over. And if you don't use deli paper, it holds up a little bit better. It's a little bit more sturdy to me than definitely the standard tissue paper. It's different that it's more sturdy than the Carnival as far as when you're putting it down. I think it does pretty good. All right. Now let's see. Let's do. Let's go with this one. Blue one. One day I'm gonna surprise you and I'm gonna have a bigger desk. It would make it a lot easier for me. That's for sure. Slip sliding away. Let's see if I can move you without losing you here. I don't know if you saw Texture Junkies on Saturday. She did some postcards, and she started kind of wrapping up the circus, traveling show type journals that we've been working on. So go and check out that playlist, and you will find all of the ones that were done on the circus. And I also have a flip through of where I finished mine. If you didn't see it, go ahead and click on it and watch that. I am excited about it. I actually was working in my room and putting some things up from that project, and actually run across some things I could add to it. So I might get it out and work on it, work those into my journal with you sometime. And I put a short up yesterday of my fairy activity in the backyard, so if you haven't seen that, it'll be 1 minute. It might make you laugh. If you got grandchildren, it's definitely suitable for children. I don't usually mark them as suitable for children because, I don't really think it's geared towards children, even though it's not terribly bad, I don't think. Alright, let's see. Alright, we're going to go right down the side with this one. And again, don't forget, this is Darcy's stencils that I used for these prints. And she has her own channel. You can watch her. She posts videos up just about every week. So check her out. And if you aren't familiar with PMartistStudios, do check out what they have. She is one of many artists that have stencils in their shop, and they also make stamps, and I do have some of those as well. So yeah, check them out. You won't be disappointed. The quality is good, and these designers are putting out some really wonderful stuff. Especially, some beautiful spring stuff has come out. And Carrie the Crafter has got some new stuff out too, so definitely check it out. And Texture Junkies has stencils and stamps available, so you can look at it at any time. Alright, we need just a few more pieces, so let's see, what colors should we go with? What do I want to do? I really like this piece. I think this one probably looks more like peacock feathers. The one that I've got on the plate, I'm hoping it's going to be dry. It is in this teal color, and I have put like a metallic purple, one of the color shift colors, on it, and I think it's going to really be pretty. I love peacock feathers. I think they're so magical looking. First time I saw one, I was a little kid. We had this farmer that lived up the street, and he had peacocks and geese in an enclosed, he had a cement pond that he had made for them, and I don't know that they ever come out of it. I mean, he had it protected so that predators would not get to them, and we'd go up there and look at them, and they'd come and quack at us and honk and make noise, and that was that. But the peacock, oh, the peacock was beautiful. It would be sitting over there away from the geese, and it would be ruffling up its feathers, and when it would spread them out, it was something, a sight to see. It was beautiful. Okay, that page is complete, and I'm pleased with how this is looking. Now when this dries, I may come back and take some gesso and maybe put a few marks in just to get rid of that writing. But I mean, if I don't, it would be okay too. Alright, so let's do this final part right here. And I think I'm going to leave that as is because there's really nothing that needs to be covered up there. Alrighty, now that is done. I'm going to walk over and put this where it can dry and we'll be out of the way, and we'll bring that plate up and see if we can get that done. So I will be right back. I'm just going to step back behind me and switch gears. Alright, magazine up. Look at all those nice tissues. Alright, let's see if we can pull this. Let's see if it's ready. Yeah, it looks like it might be. Alright, here we go. It's the moment of truth. Oh my goodness, I think it's going to be beautiful. Alright, that's kind of a mustard yellow, teal. I used the indigo ink back behind it, and this is what I ended up with. Now, I'm pleased with that. I'm very pleased. I think I put about 4 or 5 different things on it before I decided exactly how I wanted to go, but I do like that. You can tell I put some paint to it. So anyway, well, that's all for you. I've got for you today. I thank you for coming along and playing with me. I'll show you how the page that we collaged turns out when I come back next time. Don't forget, you can find these stencils from Darcy Sanders at the PMartistStudios, and definitely look for my friend Sharon at Texture Junkies, and watch her circus videos because she does some amazing work. So I do thank you for being here. Hope you stay well. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.